production of our 2015 season, and so we're so excited that you're here for tonight's performance of 5 of PRiMA Anniversary Cabaret. We have a few people that we need to thank. Our leading sponsors for this year: Susquehanna Style, the Infantry, Faulkner BMW, and Willow Valley Communities. A round of applause for them. Our 2015 season just has some momentous productions that you have to check out. Shoshana Bean, Broadway's Alphaba, is coming. She's a Billboard chart topper in soul and blues areas, but I mean, she's one of the best Alphabas to hit Broadway. She's coming here in March, thanks to Happy Bands of Veronis, and so she's going to do a public masterclass for students and public to see, as well as a concert that evening with Mr. Andy Roberts on keys. So we're really excited about that. It's going to be a real fun time. And then after that is Chess in Concert, part of PRiMA history, and bringing that show back. Yeah, we're excited about that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. Children of Eden is coming to St. James Church in downtown. It's going to be a gorgeous event. So it's an awesome time. You'll have to check that out. And then Broadway Villains, a little macabre around the October time of Halloween. That's coming after that. Then Snow Queen's Party. So if you ever wonder what it would be like to go to Mrs. Claus's cocktail party, that's what it's going to be like. So really cool experience ahead. But tonight is a look back. This is really a family gathering. So we're looking back at what these last 5 years of PRiMA experiences have been. So if this is your first time, we're so glad that you're here. But welcome to a family gathering. We're going to reminisce a bit, but we're so happy. Whether you've been with us since year 1 or a couple years or wherever you've been, we're just so glad that you're here. I just want to tell you, first of all, we exist because we really felt like a boutique city like Lancaster deserved a fresh performing arts experience, something that was hopeful and contemporary, and that kind of theatrics was something that was at our heart. So that's why PRiMA existed. It's about creating those kinds of experiences. So if that's something that you're interested in supporting, there's a great way in your playbill through that. There's an envelope in there about joining PRiMA Partners, and that's an opportunity to get VIP invites to events and your name in the playbills. And we actually have to mention, at the top of the season, it's always sort of a complicated rush to get things going, and we owe the Bradleys an apology. So thank you, Bradleys, for they didn't get anything in the playbill. We're going to have to put your name twice in there the next time. So, but thank you all who are partners in the PRiMA experience. And if that interests you to be a part of the VIP team that cares about Lancaster's cultural vitality and its future, that's a great way to be a part of that. You can use your envelope in your playbill or join through primatheater.org. So many of you today have made an impact over the last 5 years in some way, whether you've been on the stage or behind the scenes with admin. Maybe you've sponsored or been a PRiMA partner at any point in the last 5 years. And I would just ask you, have some guts, stand up. We would just love to thank you because you've been a part of that PRiMA experience for the last 5 years. So this is the call. If you've all been in the PRiMA experience, if you wouldn't mind standing up. Okay, board members, I know you're here. All right, there we go. Yes. Thank you so much for being part of the PRiMA experience. Give them a round of applause. So we started, before PRiMA ever existed, we did a bunch of performers coming together at the Effort of Performing Arts Center. We did this charity benefit concert that evening called Defying Gravity. And so this event was a charity benefit, and it was just a fantastic one-night thing. We thought, well, let's see if there's a market and there's any interest in sort of that kind of contemporary, bigger city experience of what theater would look like. And so we raised about 15 grand in that one-night performance for these for a couple charities, and we were just like going, okay, maybe there's an audience for this. And then we went to Prince Street Cafe and we started doing cabarets in there. You know, starting a theater company, a nonprofit theater company at the start of the recession. We thought that's a great idea. So we've been having fun ever since, and there's been so much growth since then. But we started off, and one of the main composers that's been a part of the PRiMA experience since day one is the material of Jason Robert Brown. And so one of the first shows that we did last couple years ago was the last 5 years, and the song that's coming up here was one song that actually got cut from the show. So enjoy this. My first crush on an Irish girl, I was 10 years old, and her name was Elaine. Little redhead girl, well, she looked like you, but if you were 10, which you're clearly not that you look old, but you get my, okay, I'll just stop now. Okay, wait, because I had a point, no, I swear I did, well, I think I did, which is all my life, well, since I was 10, I've had a yen for an Irish lass, because why, like the ancient curse of the ships and queens. Do I talk too much? Which is not to say that I'd want Elaine, who turned out to be, when I last checked in, a Republican and a parapsychologist. If you got a 4-leaf clover, you can make my dreams come true. I will be your Hebrew slave, just do the things that Irish girls do. Talk about potato famines, I begin to cry on cue. Sing about the Emerald Island, get your Irish eyes to smile, and I could be alone with someone like you. Left a relationship with a lovely girl named Alyssa Levine. She was really great, it was all my fault. I just got upset because she slept with my brother. So I made a vow not to get caught up in the dating scene of the whole routine with a cousin's friend or the who knows what. Like, I need that shit. I got marks to make, I got steps to climb. It's the perfect time. I got books to write, I got things to do. I'm walking out my door and bump into you, and the G is up and my vow is through. If you're there to show me how, take me back to Glockamora, bathe me in the river Shannon now. If you'll be Mrs. O'Leary, baby, I will be your cow. I'll deliver shamrocks daily by your Parnu shillelagh. I could be in love with someone like you. Could be my inspiration and get me past this block and walk me through the great unknown. Salvation, and chain me from this rock, and keep me from being alone, 'cause I'm no good at being alone. Take me to another level, let me play with bigger holes. I will do a river dance as long as you keep answering my calls. Get me out of my apartment, keep me from those empty walls. There you go. Thanks again. Thanks so much. I want to introduce to the stage a woman that was a part of the beginning days of PRiMA, helped really set a motion to where this company was going to go. And so I would love to welcome to the stage Mrs. Kristen Brewer.
Jason Robert Brown is an important part of PRiMA's history and future, we hope, as you just heard one of his songs from Mitch there. And it was an absolute dream come true to have Jason Robert Brown come here last summer and host a master class and perform a concert for us. And for me, personally, the musical theater nerd inside was like freaking out the whole time because I've been a fan of him for 15 years. And I got the chance to participate in his master class as well. And it was so surreal. I'm sitting there with Daniel, who's working here tonight, and Reggie, who's you'll see later, you'll hear later, I should say. And we're all just sitting there going, this is happening right now. This guy, his material that we've sung so many times, and right now he's talking to me and telling me how to do it. So it's hard to pay attention and not just be like a little starstruck the whole time. But it was so, so cool. And I think if you had told us in the beginning of PRiMA that that would happen, we may have believed you, but we still would have been somewhat surprised that it would happen in 5 years. I think it's pretty cool. So this next song is actually from Songs for a New World, which is the first book show that PRiMA produced. And it's a bunch of different songs. It's a song cycle It doesn't have a plot line. They're all songs, I think, from musicals that he had abandoned, or just songs that he wrote to stand by themselves. So they're all very unique. They have a very particular point of view. And yeah, I remember sitting at the first sing-through of that rehearsal and listening to Michael, who you'll also hear, and Michelle and Stephanie, and just thinking, this is going to be amazing. So for those of you who saw it, you remember that it was awesome. And here is just one step from Songs for a New World by Jason Robert Brown.
Since you were buying me the dog or the beach house and car, as if you didn't have the money, what else is new? I'm not gonna fight for a coat, so
How are we doing today? All right. Well, I want to talk to you guys about my experience with doing the Elton John Cabaret. How many people saw that? Yeah. It was an awesome show. It was a big show. A lot of music. This is Elton John, and his music is amazing. And I had the opportunity of with Sarah Tan and Brittany Atkins, we did a lot of backup work for some of the vocalists in the show, which was amazing. We spent a lot of time sitting around the piano and writing out some of the parts and singing and seeing what worked and what didn't. But in the show, I also had the opportunity of doing My Strongest Suit, which is actually from the Broadway musical Aida that Elton John also wrote. And so I'm going to be performing that with another friend of mine. In life, one has to face a huge assortment of nauseating fads and good advice. There's health, fitness, diet, and employment, and other pointless forms of sacrifice. Conversation, wit. I'm a doubter. Manners, charm. They're no way to impress. So forget being observe the outer. I am what I wear and how I dress. Oh, now I believe in looking like my time on earth is cooking, whether polka dotted, striped, or even checked, with some glamour guaranteeing every fiber of my being is displayed to quite remarkable effect. From your cradle, like a true soul, to your deathbed, your own view. So never compromise, accept no substitute. I would rather wear a barrel than conservative apparel. More dress has always been my strongest suit. Not to strut yourself outrageously to rise.
Michael stated earlier, my strongest suit is from the musical Aida. And it was actually one of the biggest things that I had ever seen PRiMA do. I was not in the show, because the role that I wanted was being played by the wonderful Michael Fisher. We've been competing for roles all our lives. But it was really a very special time. We actually came in, my wife Audrey and I came in and we ushered. And when you first walked into the room, you just saw this big white expanse. And then all of a sudden you see tons of people with beautiful voices coming down the aisles. And there was like this huge 100-piece choir that lined the back, and they did a lot of the background music. So seeing this beautiful story unfold in front of us, and to know that it was people that I knew and loved, and my friends from PRiMA, that were just telling this breathtaking story in an even more breathtaking way, was beautiful to witness. As I said, Michael was also was in the show as a mirror. I think that there's another person in the audience who played Amanazro, who is Aida's father. I think Gorham is in here somewhere, Daniel Gorham. So he was in it as well. But it was a beautiful experience, and it was one that I will never forget. It was one of those times in PRiMA history that just moved me so much, and it was nice to be on this side of, that side of things. Yes. To be on that side of things, and just to see this story unfold in such a beautiful way. One of the most breathtaking moments in the show is the song that you're going to hear next. And it is Written in the Stars. And tonight, Aaron McCullough and Josh Kiefer will be performing the letter for you. Written in the Stars.
Of not knowing when or
PRiMA first began. It is PRiMA's 5th anniversary, which is why we call it the Cabaret 5. But even way, way back before that, PRiMA, their first experimentation at doing something, Mitch will talk about it later, was called Defying Gravity, the music of Stephen Schwartz. And I was there from that very first performance at Eckerd Performing Arts Center, way back in 2008. So ever since then, I've been a part of PRiMA shows, either as a performer or a supporter or an usher or a music arranger. So I've really had a great time always being involved with PRiMA. And I'm here to talk to you about the 80s show. How many of you saw 80s reality? This is one of my personal favorite shows. Dan Deal and I both co-wrote the show musically. He had all these ideas on different themes and how we can use a whole bunch of different songs from the 80s. For example, one thing that we did was called One Hit Wonders. So all the one hit wonders of the 80s that were some of the top hits at the time, we put into a medley and a mashup. So we had medleys and medleys and medleys of 80s songs. In the end, we ended up having over 80 songs in the 80s show. So it was many long nights, me and Dan Deal just writing the 80s show. I was digitally, musically arranging it on my computer and with all the different edits and everything. So it was a lot of fun. The cast had a great time. We got to do it at the Chameleon Club downtown. So it was really easy to get into character because they've hosted bands for the last 30 years. So what a great venue for PRiMA to have for that show. We brought it back 2 times, so we did it for 2 years, this past summer and the year before. So now, to do a little bit of the 80s show for you, we have a small medley that we created. So enjoy. These next couple numbers are from 80s Relived.
No answer on the telephone.
makes my pulse react. That it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl. Opposites attract. It's physical. Only logical. You must try to ignore that. It means more than that. What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? And it's amazing, yeah, that I act so confused when you're close to me. If I tend to the days I've read it someplace, I got cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a name that fits. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Love, that's enough got to do with it.
Michael Fisher, one more round of applause, please. So, good evening, my name is Randy Jeter. I was a little late aboard the PRiMA bus, so to speak. I was a part of a few, though. One being Glee, two being Marshall's Music, yeah, and three, most recently, being Guilty Pleasures. Who saw that? Guilty Pleasures. All those cheesy, embarrassing songs that we all love, you know, Backstreet Boys, Boys and Men, all that good stuff. Well, let me tell you, we had such a great time performing that. We had such a great time seeing the audience's faces. It kind of reminds me of a PRiMA patron that was interviewed recently, Kelly Lynch, and she goes on to describe her day-to-day efforts with multiple sclerosis and cancer. And she goes on to describe how she came to a PRiMA show, and just that for a glimpse, she got a little bit of that joy back, a little bit of that laughter in her life back. We hope to do the same with you, for you, with Unchained Melody.
Another epic show that PRiMA did was West Side Story. As you know, yes. It too was a story about star-crossed lovers who came to a sad end, but through the journey was beautiful. I had the fortune of actually being in that production and acting alongside Tony nominee Josefina Scaglione. That was an amazing experience. Just knowing the status of people that we get to work with here at PRiMA was just amazing. And she came in and she was just the most delightful person. I sit in the dressing room with her and we talk. And before the last performance, she was like, "You know I'm mad at you, right?" I was like, "Mad at you?" She was like, "Yes." And I said, "Why?" She goes, "You know you stole the show from me." We just sat and laughed, and that was the kind of camaraderie that we had. So it was really, really a fun experience. But the song that she's talking about is I Feel Pretty. Next. It's me. I feel pretty, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and right. And I pity any boy will need tonight. I feel charming, oh so charming. It's alarming how charming I feel. And so pretty, and I hardly can believe I'm real. Woo! See that pretty boy in that mirror there? Who's that attractive like me?
Such a pretty face, such a pretty dress, such a pretty smile.
Such a pretty me, baby. I feel stunning and entrancing, like running and dancing for joy. Oh, like a pretty, wonderful boy. I'm so pretty, so no pretty. Yes, I'm pretty, no time.
I feel pretty, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright.
I feel pretty,
I feel pretty,
oh so pretty.
oh so pretty.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
One, two. Hello. I'm going to sing Maria for you now. My name's Jamie Roberts. I'm one of the things I've really enjoyed about PRiMA is the opportunity to kind of take their musical ideas and we can do our own thing with them as well, like arrangements and whatnot of things. And So one of them was West Side Story, which was a blast. We did a lot of arrangements for that. And it ended up being kind of like a Latin jazz type of thing. It was a lot of fun. But I'm going to play a couple, just a short medley of tunes that were kind of fun instrumentally for you here. So this is Somewhere and the Jet Song.
I am Joshua Kiefer. Thanks, Mom. And thrilled to be here tonight and to be with the PRiMA family. The song that I'm going to be doing next is from a show that we did, PRiMA did a little bit ago. And I just want to say a little something about it and perhaps shed a little bit of light into what makes performing so special for many of us, and certainly for me. The show was Monster Music that we did, and the creative team, I think at that point, Dan Deal, my good buddy, was leading that charge. And so they came up with this group of songs that would kind of celebrate the Halloween season and have some fun with it, do some songs maybe with a little bit of a darker twist. And Dan came up with a song for me to do, said, I think it's going to be great for you, let's go for it. Wonderful. And that would have been enough, because I like to sing, I like to perform, that's what we more than like to do, it's kind of in us, and we have to figure out some way to let it out. It's either in the shower, in the car, or in the mall, or anywhere like that, but it's preferable for a lot of people, preferable if we do it on stage. So I got the chance to sing the song, but the cool thing is there was a story behind it, and I've been called a storyteller both as a compliment and as an accusation many times in my life. But the song is a storyteller, and that's why I consider myself first and foremost a storyteller. I love it. I love people. I love what they bring to a story. So Dan spun this yarn that as a performer we were able to play with him just for this one song, and it was a story, and it was really cool. And so what happened is when we did that show, the song, it became a moment. It became this little story that we were living in. And the moment was over, but we had it. And that was something that was real, and it was something very unique about this art form. We had that moment, that space and time that we shared with people just like you, maybe some of you. And that's, I think, one of the incredibly special things about being able to do this, what we love. So we will do, with Sarah Tim, we're going to do Hotel California.
On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair,
we like to put our twist on things, add a new flavor. And I don't know that there's a show, other than West Side Story, maybe with a better example of that than Rockin' Rodgers and Hammerstein. I don't know how many of you guys saw that show. Awesome, you liked it. Well, Daniel Starfield, who is here working tonight, was at the helm of that particular project, as well as Andy Roberts. They came up with some amazing arrangements, Pink Floyd mixed in, we had some hip-hop, we had singer-songwriter, folk-style stuff, as well as this next song, 100 Million Miracles. My father says that children keep growing, rivers keep flowing too. My father says he doesn't know why, but somehow or other they do. 100 million miracles, 100 million miracles are happening every day. And those who say they don't agree are those who That's Reggie. Welcome, Reggie Wood!
So from my get-up, I think you can see that we're talking about Oz. Oz in concert was such a fun experience. It was very different from anything I'd ever done before because it had elements of the traditional Wizard of Oz, and then there was some rock and roll wicked in there, and then there were like, and some whiz, which was kind of soulful, and then there were like songs that were just interpolated into the show from all over the place, all kinds of pop songs. It was such a cool experience, and we had like tons of kids running around, and they were like some of the best part of the show. That was like just such a cool experience, and I was so excited and proud to be able to play the lion, the Mino lion, to be honest. So I just wanted to share with you a moment that was really, really cool on the show, and that is Mino lion. You can say what you want, but I'm here to stay, 'cause I'm a Mino lion. You can go where you're gonna, but don't get in my way, 'cause I'm a Mino lion. Oh, just better beware. I am the king of the jungle, yeah. And if I happen to come around, well, you best not make me frown, 'cause I just might knock you down, 'cause I'm a Mino lion. I'll turn your day into night, 'cause I'm a Mino lion. And if you have right, you'll detour to the right, 'cause I'm a Mino lion. Oh, strangers better beware. I am the king of the jungle, yeah. And if I happen to come around, well, you best not make me frown, 'cause I know I'll knock you down, 'cause I'm a Mino lion. Stop. Why y'all looking at me like that? I don't see no heads bobbing, no shoulders rocking. Y'all like y'all ain't never seen a lion sing before. I wasn't always this secure. I got a story about it. Want to hear it? Yeah. I said, you want to hear it? Thank you. I started my life as a sweet little cub. I had a beautiful mother who loved me so much. And late at night, she would rub and rub my fur until I purred myself to sleep. But my father, let's not get me started on my father. My father never loved me. He spent all his time with my big brother, Simba. Oh, I was left all alone on the mean streets of the Serengeti. And you know what? It wasn't half bad, because I got mean, and I got rough, and I got tough. 5, 6, 7, strangers better beware. I am the king of the jungle, yeah. And if I happen to let you slide, don't just stand there running hide. I think you found my better side, 'cause I'm a Mino lion. A Mino lion. Every night you would, if you were able to see backstage, the backstage wings were lined up with cast members just wanting to watch that. Partially to see the beautiful dancing that was going on, but just to listen to that voice and to see the honesty and truth that was in that moment. It was heartbreaking. That's the only way to describe it, but so beautiful. And tonight to perform Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Aaron McCullough.
do this year, the theme is experience, and it's just that kind of artwork is an experience. And it's, to be honest, it's just, there's those times where you say, we love being in these venues and to showcase these new spaces that, to us, at least, and a lot of rare occurrences like this. Actually, they're going to be, the city's actually selling this part of the building. So if anybody wants to buy it for PRiMA, you are very welcome to. No, but we really think that it's something that we love going venue to venue, but it's something in the future we need a home. So anyways, we luckily have somebody like Andy Espenshade looking for us for sure, and we just appreciate folks like that because it's not okay to not have space for experiences like that, for that kind of art. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. So, yes, Children of Eden, when we did Defying Gravity, one of the shows by Stephen Schwartz was this song that we're going to do, and it was from Children of Eden, which we're just so excited to be doing in its entirety. It's really all about that kind of inspiration and that spark. And so one of the favorite songs Eve sings, and this is Kristen Brewer singing Spark of Creation.
Speaking of another upcoming show, Chess. Chess is happening in May, and for those of you who may not know, we performed Chess, PRiMA performed Chess back in October of 2011, I believe. I remember it very well because I was playing Florence at the time, and I was pregnant with my son Sam during the show, so it's a very special experience for me. I got to share that experience as well with some of the cast of 5 tonight too. So when PRiMA was starting out, basically we wanted to start a theater company just so we could do chess. You know? Since then it's grown into something very different, very special. But we hope to see you there in May. And here is Randy Jeter singing Anthem from Chess. Woo!